Well, here's the history of October 7th that has been buried on the internet. It is a convenient rewriting of the war in Gaza and October 7th, and it allows for supporters of Israel to say, well, just give us back the hostages and this war will end. The truth is that Israel has many times offered to or declined to take their hostages back when Hamas offered, and that Hamas originally offered all hostages back in exchange for their hostages that Israel had, and Israel refused. The phrase all for all seems to be buried on the internet. What it refers to is Hamas's early offer to release all Israeli hostages in exchange for Palestinian prisoners, many of whom I want to say were hostages, and I'm going to prove that in a second, and that has virtually disappeared from English language media and archives. So if you look around for proof of this all for all prisoner swap, that it was Hamas's original demand, it's hard to find now, but it was widely circulated in Eastern press in 2023, although very few American outlets picked it up, probably because it highlights Israel's practice of detaining Palestinians without cause, most of them children, and it detracted from the truth that Israel was not in good faith acting to get their own hostages back. Now let's go through this inconvenient recent history before it's gone, 1984 style. Prior to October 7th, Israel had approximately 5,000 political prisoners that were Palestinians, many of them women or children that were held without trial or charge, and many of whom claimed to have been victims, and this is documented, of sexual abuse while in prison. Now Hamas wanted them back in exchange for captured Israelis, and the Netanyahu government refused several times. Now, right after October 7th, this was reported in Israeli press outlets as well. This is Ynet saying that all for all was the original deal. Israel rejected this because they said, this was their claim, we can't trust Hamas. So imagine you're a family member of a hostage and the Israeli government won't at least try a full prisoner exchange, a full hostage exchange. It's not that hard to trust that this goes right, have all your people out in the open. If your people are not released, you don't do it. But instead, Israel said that won't work. We need to put military pressure on Hamas. Well, now 2 years later, we understand what that meant. That meant they wanted their military operation far more than they wanted their hostages. Clearly, families of the hostages confirmed that the Netanyahu government refused when Hamas offered them all as recently as or as soon after the war as October 9th. Here's the coverage of this again from the Times of Israel. The families say that the Netanyahu government refused to agree to the hostage release in the immediate aftermath of October 7th. Take a look at this quote from a hostage family representative. We found out that Hamas offered on October 9th or 10th to release all the civilian hostages in exchange for the IDF not entering the Gaza Strip, but the government rejected that offer. So don't tell me that this can end if Hamas gives all the hostages back when this has been on the table all along.